George Thompson wiped his glasses with a worn handkerchief, his heart pounding with a mix of excitement and nostalgia. At 80 years old, the prospect of revisiting the old Maplewood High School dance hall filled him with memories of a bygone era. It had been over 30 years since he last walked those polished wooden floors where the echoes of laughter and music once filled the air. The dance hall stood as it always had, a sturdy brick building that had weathered decades of change. George approached the entrance, the scent of polished wood and faint traces of his youth greeting him like old friends. He took a deep breath, his mind drifting back to 1955, a time of simpler joys and the thrill of first dances. Back then, the hall was the epicenter of teenage life, where friendships were forged and romances blossomed under the twinkling fairy lights. Inside, the hall had been meticulously restored, preserving the charm of the past while accommodating the modern reunion crowd. George's eyes scanned the room, lingering on familiar fixtures, the oversized wooden mirror, the stage where the school band had played their spirited tunes, and the checkerboard dance floor that had witnessed countless twirls and laughter. As he made his way to a table adorned with photographs from decades ago, George felt a comforting warmth envelop him. The reunion organizers had thoughtfully recreated the ambiance, complete with a playlist of classics from the 50s and 60s. He spotted a few old classmates scattered among the attendees, their faces lined with age but their smiles as bright as he remembered. There was Betty, always the life of the party, now gracefully sharing stories with her grandchildren. Tom, whose quiet demeanor in school had concealed a passion for music, stood by the stage, humming the old tunes. George found his seat and looked around, his mind replaying fragments of past dances, the nervous excitement of asking someone to dance, the carefree laughter shared under the disco ball. The evening began with a warm welcome from the reunion host, who reminisced about the significance of the dance hall in shaping their youthful experiences. George felt a swell of pride and belonging as stories were shared, each one a testament to the enduring bonds forged in those formative years. As the first song played, a familiar melody that had once been the anthem of their high school dances, George felt a surge of emotion. The music seemed to bridge the gap between past and present, drawing him deeper into the evening's magic. He glanced around the room, seeing faces that had aged alongside him, each bearing their own stories of triumphs and trials since those carefree days. The conversation flowed easily, laughter filling the gaps between memories, and George realized that while time had changed them all, the essence of their youth, their dreams, friendships, and love, remained timeless. George settled into his seat, the warmth of nostalgia wrapping around him like a favorite blanket. As the night unfolded, he found himself drawn into conversations that delved deeper than mere reminiscence. Stories of lives taken in unexpected directions, of careers built and lost, of loves found in unlikely places, and hearts broken silently. All painted a richer picture of the men and women he once knew so well. Betty shared how her relentless spirit had led her to become a community leader, always the first to organize events and rallies. Her grandchildren listened wide-eyed as she recounted tales of high school antics and the lessons learned along the way. Tom, still passionate about music, revealed that he had become a composer, his melodies echoing the harmonies they once played together on that very stage. His hum turned into a soft rendition of a song they had danced to decades ago, bringing a poignant silence over those nearby who recognized the tune. As the evening progressed, the lights dimmed further and a spotlight focused on the stage. An old friend, Lisa, took the microphone, her voice steady yet tinged with emotion. She began to speak about the passage of time and the importance of holding on to memories. Tonight, she said, we celebrate not just where we came from, but who we've become. Each of us carries a piece of Maplewood with us, and tonight we reconnect those pieces. George felt a lump in his throat as memories cascaded through his mind. The friendships that had withstood the test of time, the dreams that had evolved, and the shared experiences that had shaped their lives. The room seemed to pulse with a collective heartbeat, each attendee united by their shared past and the acknowledgement of their individual journeys. As the final notes of the evening played, a slow dance song filled the air. George looked around the room, meeting the eyes of his old classmates. There was a silent agreement, an unspoken invitation to join in one last dance. He stood, his legs a bit shaky, but his spirit buoyed by the moment. Taking Betty's hand, he stepped onto the dance floor, the checkerboard tiles cool beneath his feet. They moved together slowly, swaying to the familiar melody, the lights casting a soft glow around them. In that dance, George felt a profound sense of closure and continuity. The past and present melded seamlessly, reminding him that while years had passed, the essence of who they were remained unchanged. As the song drew to a close, applause filled the room, but George barely heard it. He looked around, seeing the same faces filled with the same enduring connections. The night had been more than a reunion. It was a celebration of enduring bonds and the timelessness of shared memories. As guests began to depart, George lingered for a moment, taking one last look at the dance hall. He felt rejuvenated, grateful for the opportunity to reconnect and to honor the journey they had all undertaken since those high school days. With a final, contented sigh, he turned to leave, carrying with him the warmth of the evening and the certainty that some places and some connections truly never fade away.